Hello everybody. Today for one of our first lessons for the rock cycle and part of our Earth history unit, continuing with the history of the Earth and how different geological processes form, we're going to talk about the rock cycle. So in a couple previous class lessons, we discussed all the different types of rocks. We discussed igneous rocks, and we know igneous rocks are formed through melting and cooling of magma. So molten hot rock, it might cool and melt and over time become a type of igneous rock. We also have talked about sedimentary rocks in depth. So we learned about the Grand Canyon and the types of sedimentary rocks. And we learned that sedimentary rocks go through different processes such as weathering, erosion, and other ones that help create it and become a sedimentary rock. We've also learned that. And in addition, we've learned about metamorphic rocks, our last type of rock. And we know that metamorphic rocks form from sediment going through intense heat and pressure. So intense heat and pressure help to form metamorphic rocks. So today, we're kind of going to talk a little bit about the rock cycle. And the rock cycle is that big idea that all these three types of rocks are truly connected. And they do go in a cycle. So I'm going to just give you an example because I think this is the best way for everybody in class to really understand this. So first, we kind of start with an igneous rock. So an igneous rock, we know how it formed. But over time, this igneous rock may go through some weathering and erosion and lithification, cementation, we know all those processes. And it's going to form into a sedimentary rock. And then we let thousands and thousands and thousands of years go by, and the sedimentary rock may start to break down, and then it's going to go through some heat and pressure, some intense heat and pressure. And this heat and pressure is going to form it into a type of metamorphic rock. So we've gone from igneous, we've formed into a sedimentary rock, and then to a metamorphic rock. So then it's going to go through some melting. So our rock is really going to melt into magma or molten rock, and it's going to melt and then cool. It might cool back into igneous rock, okay? But magma can also go through different forms as well. So we've taken our rock on a little journey, and it's going from an igneous rock to a sedimentary rock to a metamorphic rock back to an igneous rock. So this kind of shows that this cycle goes in a complete circle. It goes around and around and around. And all of these three types of rocks form into each other. It's a never-ending cycle. Now, as I said, these processes take thousands, possibly millions of years to happen. So an igneous rock will probably be an igneous rock for a very long time. But it is true that over time, these rocks will eventually form into one another. So this is really the big idea of the rock cycle, that these rocks won't stay the same forever. They will turn into each other, and they can turn back into where they started. So our next lesson, we're going to talk a little bit more about the rock cycle. We're going to dig a little deeper into the different processes that cause the rock cycle, and this will also form into a type of project that you're going to create on the rock cycle.